internet where reality has taken on new clothes, not subtle ones either. Tight leather coats, blinking code, sunglasses indoors. The Matrix, red pills, blue pills, simulation theory. The idea that this life we're living, this waking, walking, weather-watching life, isn't real. That we're inside a system, controlled and monitored, and only a chosen few have realized it. I understand the appeal. I do. The world is confusing. For many, unbearable. Prices rise, politics crumble. Trust is something found only in nostalgic memories. Truth, as it used to be understood, has dissolved into opinion, spectacle, and marketing. So when someone comes along and offers a grand theory, a story that explains the chaos, packages it neatly into digestible chunks, and makes the believer feel like the hero of a secret resistance, it's easy to see why people reach for it. But that's the trick, isn't it? Not the Matrix, the narrative. The real sleight of hand isn't that we're trapped in a simulation. It's that we've been told over and over again that the only way to understand the world is through someone else's story. And stories, especially the dangerous ones, don't need machines or AI to work. They need only language, repetition, a few good actors, a few bad intentions. The rest follows easily. Propaganda has existed far longer than the internet, longer than printing presses. It lives in myths, in scriptures, in theatre and law and coin. It has shaped empires, toppled civilizations. It is language turned into architecture, building belief until belief becomes a palace too vast to question. People speak now of downloads, as though a supernatural force beams new thoughts into their minds from some digital cloud of enlightenment. In truth, it's rarely more than suggestion, carefully worded, expertly timed, spoken by someone who understands how deeply people want to be told what to believe. I don't blame them, but I also don't join them. I don't believe I'm living in a simulation. I'm living in something far messier, far more beautiful. I'm living in experience. When I wake in the early hours and Red presses his warm little weight against my chest, I don't need to question reality. When I pour the kettle, when I chase him around the living room with a stick and mouse, when I hear birdsong over the sound of a cheap FM radio left on for company, I don't need to decode anything. This world is enough. It is flawed, yes, but it is real. Not because it follows the rules, but because it doesn't. And I'm here for one reason, above all others, to learn. That's the Viking way, or at least one interpretation of it. To walk your path fully, to find your grave. Not to be tossed into one by surprise, but to meet it as an old friend. A destination you recognize because the journey made sense. Buried in your own soil, with your tools beside you, your memories, your mistakes, your small kindnesses, and the handful of people you truly saw. That's no end. That's a marker. A sign you've done what you came here to do. No pills, no downloads, no escape hatches into a fantasy more complicated than the truth. I believe in reality, not because it's simple, but because it is. And I believe that every morning we wake with a cup of tea and a cat in the window, we are choosing to be here. And that is enough.